This episode is brought to you by Novilla Mattresses. When it comes to your mother, you want her sleeping in a comfortable bed. When she's with me, she won't have to worry about that because I sleep on a Novilla mattress. Let me tell you, when your mom is at my place, she is sleeping on a very comfortable mattress and she is going to get you one as well. Meet their Bliss Organic Memory Foam Mattress. Perfect for those who want a cool, dry, undisturbed sleep throughout the night, made with organic bamboo charcoal fiber, excellent motion isolation, cooling gel-infused memory foam that fits all bed frames and is reasonably priced. Perfect for if you want an inexpensive mattress for you, your children, or even for your guest room. It comes in a box delivered right to your door, and you get 100 nights to try it out. Skip that trip to the big box mattress store and get a mattress from Novilla. Throw out that cheap Walmart mattress you got in college and get yourself a mattress made by Novilla. Using promo code Schweezy or the link in our description, you can save 10% on any purchase through Novilla directly. Try out the mattress that your mom tried out last night. Again, that's 10% off using promo code Schweezy. And a reminder, when you use our links, you directly support this show. Hello and what is going on, my fellow Schwoke Lords? What is up? Welcome to yet another episode of Cancel Schweezy, better known as the Lord's trademark favorite podcast. What is up? Welcome to the show today. I am your host, Schweezy. Some of you even know me more as the Foreplay King. What is up? Welcome to the show today. Cancel Schweezy, episode 89. The best episode, the best episode literally I think we've ever made so far, even though I've just started recording this episode. So therefore, it'll probably be the best episode we've ever made. I can't imagine we're doing any better than this. Cancel Schweezy is the only podcast giving the homies big, floppy, sloppy mouth kisses. What is up, though? Welcome to the show today. I got a lot of cool things to talk about. So much to do, so much to see.
I like that.
So, what's wrong with taking the back streets? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dog? Anyways, though, if you like music, and you clicked on my dumb fucking face, meaning you should be clicking on more things I make from my dumb fucking face. I like music. I do make music under the name Schweezy. It's like the name of this podcast. You just take out the cancel part. And then there you have Schweezy. With all that information, you can go check out the music I have. Working on a upcoming release of a new song. Is it new? I don't know. You're just gonna have to be following me wherever you do stream your music. That way you can see where I am, what I'm doing. What's going on with my hair today? Let's think about this. What's going on with my hair? It's like kind of good and kind of bad all at the same time. That's how it is. It'd be like that sometimes.
That's rough, buddy.
So go check out my music. Go follow me on social media. That's how I give updates on basically anything I do. When I release new episodes of Cancel Schweezy, when I fuck your mom, whenever I do other cool shit. So you should go check me out on social media. It's at TheSchweezy, wherever you get your social media. Similar to social media, our Twitch page, twitch.tv/TheSchweezy. Coming up in May.
Come on, Mark. Don't be stingy.
And go check that out. I'm finishing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu over on the page this week. The last 3-4 weeks I've been doing it, and 2 of the 3 we've done so far, I barely made any progress at all. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna beat the game. I'm gonna or beat the Elite Four is what they're saying. We're gonna beat the Elite Four.
Oh my gosh, so deep. I fucking love it.
It's gonna be so fucking deep, and you're all gonna listen to it. You're all gonna like it. You're gonna deal with that. So twitch.tv/TheSchweezy. If you don't have an Amazon Prime account, connect it with your Twitch account. You get Twitch Prime, meaning you can subscribe, aka not following someone, but subscribe, meaning you can financially support a creator over on Twitch. And I know most of you aren't using that over on Twitch, so why not support Daddy Schweezy?
That's my hole. That's where it spits.
And go check us out there. That way you can help financially support us without spending any money. Though, if you do want to spend money, go check out our Patreon page, which is becoming a very much a tip jar. Using that, what you can go ahead and do is a great way to financially support our show and say thank you for being a friend to travel down this road Back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. There's always free shit you can do. Like, I know a lot of people are listening to the show. Go check out our YouTube page. I know some of you are on YouTube, too. Is this on? No, that's not on. Sorry, I like the little fan. I was like, I don't think that's on. Yeah, but go check us out on YouTube, especially if you're an audio-only listener. Obviously, we post the full episode of the show over on YouTube, but what we also go ahead and do is post highlights. That way, if I ever say something funny or anything like that, you can go ahead and share it with a friend. And sharing it with a friend, what you can go ahead and do, that way you don't have to be like, hey, here, listen to this podcast, go to this specific moment, this specific timestamp, and listen from here and the end of that. No, I just edit it for you, and we get it up for you. So go check that out. Make sure you like, subscribe over on YouTube. We're really trying to infiltrate the algorithm over on YouTube. Yeah, really don't be stingy.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
And make sure you go check that out. And obviously, if you're an audio-only listener, what you can go ahead and do is leave us a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1-star rating, and go ahead and leave us a review as well. Those are a great way to say thank you for being a friend, and really what gets you into the Schwoke Lord family, the Schwoke Lord Army. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never die for the enemy, but... Was it die from the enemy? But I'm in the Schwoke Army. Yes, sir. Is that the words? I may never march in the infantry. Is it? I'm in the... Okay, come on. Okay. I'm in the Lord's Army lyrics. There we go. I'm not doing anything quiet. I'm hearing I may never ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never shoot for the enemy. Wouldn't it be, I may never shoot for the enemy? But I'm in the Lord's army. What are you talking about? I may never shoot for the enemy? That's not how it should go. Why would you shoot for the enemy? Like, this is, the whole song's about, like, hey, you know, I may not be in the real army, but I'm in the Lord's army. Like, that's the original song. That's the song we're listening to. And, like, how this goes, like, I may never shoot for the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. That makes no sense. Why would you shoot for the enemy team? Okay, more problems than solutions we're creating here on Cancel Schweezy today, folks. Anyways, though, let's get into previous week right now. Previous week right now is news. The news of the week. The news... not necessarily news. I always say, like, the news they don't want you to hear, but, like, sometimes you've already heard about it. Like, it's not like I'm doing anything, like, new in our world. It's just fucking, I'm going over the news that happened last week. It's Monday when I record this. The episodes come out Wednesday. It's a fast turnaround. So we do that for a reason. So previous week right now can still be in the previous week, in the current moment. So, anyways, though, let's just jump right into it. Let's go into what's been going on this week, or last week, the previous week. Let's go over that right now, like as in previous week right now. From CNBC, Fetterman campaign says it raised $500,000 in 24 hours after Dr. Oz's viral crudités video. This fucking story, I've been following the story, and I'm gonna read this article for you. We have to go over this right now. Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman's Senate campaign said it reaped a $500,000 fundraising windfall in just 24 hours after a much-mocked video of his opponent, Dr. Mehmet Oz. Is that how you say it? Is it Mehmet? I'm just going to call him Mehmet Oz. Went viral. The spike in donations between Monday and Tuesday afternoon was well above the campaign's average rate. Fetterman's communications director, Joe Cavello, told CNBC on Wednesday the campaign raked in $11 million in the previous fundraising quarter. Cavello noted $500,000 in one day. It's a nice bump, he said. The surge in contributions came after a video suddenly recirculated online showing Oz walking in a grocery store complaining about the prices of ingredients needed to make a crudités platter, which is more commonly known as a vegetable platter. The 38-second video, which was posted to Oz's social media in April, opens with candidates declaring, "I thought I'd do some grocery shopping. I'm at Wegner's," Oz says, apparently combining the names of two separate grocery store chains, Wegmans and Redner's. I was like, Wegner's? I've heard of Wegmans and I've heard of Redner's, but I've never heard of Wegner's. Like, you go to a grocery, you don't even know what the fuck it's called. Okay. My wife wants some vegetables for a crudité. Right? Oz says as he makes his way through the store's produce section, picking up packages of vegetables, guacamole, and salsa, and reading their prices. Guys, that's $20 for a crudité. And that doesn't include the tequila. I mean, that's outrageous. And we got Joe Biden to thank for this, Oz says. Fetterman's campaign seized on the video, holding it up as further evidence that the Trump-endorsed celebrity doctor was out of touch with average Pennsylvanians. Oz clearly has never been in a grocery store before. That's why this is resonating with supporters across Pennsylvania. Fetterman's campaign manager, Brendan McPhillips, said in a press release Tuesday night. The campaign said that more than $65,000 of the $500,000 haul was raised through sales of a sticker with the phrase, "Wegner's, let's them eat crudité," and was offered to donors. Fetterman's social media account this week have relentlessly mocked Oz for the use of the highbrow term crudité, a French word that produced crudité. If this looks like anything other than a veggie tray to you, then I am not your candidate, said Fetterman, holding up a plastic container of vegetables in a video he tweeted about Tuesday. Oz's campaign cast Fetterman as a far-left Democrat whose politics are too radical for Pennsylvania, a major battleground state. Last week, Oz challenged Fetterman to 5 Senate debates, a move that could put a spotlight on Fetterman's months-long absence from the campaign trail as he recovered from a stroke. Despite his time off the campaign trail, polls show Fetterman holds a significant lead over Oz with less than 3 months before the November general election. Republicans are hoping to regain majority control of the House and Senate. In the midterms, Democrats hold the slimmest majority in the Senate, which is split 50-50 by party, giving Vice President Kamala Harris the tie-breaking vote. They are also competing in an election cycle that is historically tough for an incumbent president's party, but recent political models suggest that Democrats are now slightly favored to keep control of the upper chamber. That's a good sign, because, I mean, I don't like the Democrats either, but anything to keep the fucking Republicans out, fuck those guys. Fuck them. Like, I've been following John Fetterman, Wegner's. I think there's an account, if I'm right. I want to make sure I'm right here. He joined TikTok, and his go follow John Fetterman on TikTok because it is out of control. I'm looking it up right now. Oh yeah, he's only following one person. He's only following one person. It's Wegner's grocery store, and it's just, I think the Wegner's grocery store was a joke made about Dr. Oz. Like, this shit is hilarious. I can't tell you how fucking funny this shit is. I think he, because I guess Fetterman's more like probably a very far left of a person, American far left. Let's just keep that in mind. For other countries, that's a normal left. Democrats in America, they're more centrist, and then far left, American far left is just the left. Dr. Oz, I guess, because he's been joking about it. So, one thing, and I haven't written any notes here, I'm just going off my memory right now. So Dr. Oz, he basically what he did, he wants to be on the Senate. And so I guess he was like, which would be the best state to move to for me to be able to run for Senate, so I can just buy a house there and do that, even though he lives in New Jersey. He has a lot of properties. He has a lot of houses, like all Pennsylvanians do. He owns a lot of houses, like every Pennsylvanian. But he mainly lives in New Jersey. And so John Fetterman, he got a cameo from Snooki, who was famously on the Jersey Shore. Be like, why are you leaving New Jersey? And shit like that. He got that. Dr. Oz tried to fire back at him of pictures like Bernie's best friend. And he posted that meme. It's like, graphic design is my passion. Oh, shit. That shit was so fucking funny. And he just keeps, if you just, like I said, following him, he's making fun of Dr. Oz, which, and its problem is, I actually agree with a lot of John Fetterman's, politics, and that's kind of a problem here. But like, the right has had Trump, like, and he's making fun of people like John Fetterman. But at least I feel like John Fetterman has good things. Like Trump's like, you know what? It kind of sucks we can't be racist in America anymore. Everyone's like, yeah, I agree with him. John Fetterman's like, who you really want to represent you? Do you want some shitty Hollywood doctor from New Jersey who doesn't even really live in Pennsylvania? He just owns property here. To represent you, or do you want me, a normal fucking guy who's lived in Pennsylvania his entire life? That's why I'm John Fetterman. Like, even if you took politics out of this, you could switch it. Just say like, some California Democrat moved to Pennsylvania and is like, I want to represent you, and then just a normal fucking Republican was like, I've lived here my entire life. I know what people in Pennsylvania want. I'd probably think about the Republican candidate, assuming their policies aren't fucking crazy. And it was crudités. What the fuck says that? That's a fucking Josh Casey, author of Tracking Desire, Journey After Swallowtail Kites. That's like fucking words he texts me. I'm like, you said you sent me crudités when you could have just said veggie tray. Was it that much harder to say veggie tray? Like, I don't think you actually use this word in your regular life. You're just trying to use it right now to sound smart. And it makes me just make fun of you. So... yeah, anyways, though, if you're in Pennsylvania, go make sure you vote for John Fetterman. I want them to do a debate. I think I know he's recovering from a stroke. He does look like a guy who's probably had a stroke before, like who's had a stroke. I mean, to be honest with John Fetterman, that's a true statement. But anyways, I would vote for John Fetterman if I lived in Pennsylvania. Just FYI. All right. Next up, we have from The Cut. The world will soon have 2 Taylor Lautners. Changing your name for love can be complicated, seeing as it involves updating your driver's license, credit card, and many other pieces of official documentation. It is presumably even more complicated when it means you and your spouse will have exactly the same name. It's looking like Taylor Lautner and his fiancée, also named Taylor, are about to face this problem. Lautner, best known for as a former werewolf heartthrob, proposed to his girlfriend, nurse Taylor Dome, last November in front of a big neon sign spelling out his last name, suggesting that a name change was on the horizon. On a recent appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show, Lautner confirmed that she will indeed be taking his last name. He also shared how they have navigated both being named Taylor. Apparently, Lautner mostly goes by Taylor, while Dome goes by Tay. But also, he says, a lot of people just do boy Tay and girl Tay. The future Mr. and Mrs. Taylor Lautner are far from the first celebrity couple to find themselves in this conundrum. As you may recall, Paris Hilton was once engaged to another Paris, who was the grandson of a Greek shipping billionaire. Lauren Bush was also infamously married Ralph Lauren's son, David Lauren, making her Lauren Bush Lauren. Even Lautner has some experience in this realm, given that Dome is at least the second Taylor that he has dated after dating Taylor Swift for a few months back in 2009. The actor earned one of the kindest Taylor breakup songs. We can only hope that should be this happy couple decide to have kids, they choose a different name for their first fucking Taylor Jr. God damn, how could you imagine? Okay, like my real name's Sam, so if you don't know. Like, your real name isn't fucking Schweezy? Like, no. So I could easily be in a situation where I could date a woman named Samantha. Like, that was not necessarily an impossible thing that would happen in my life. Nice thing for me is I usually go by Schweg. Most people, I've been getting called Sam a lot more lately, and it's super fucking weird. I'm just not used to it. But I know, I'd just be like, you just call me Schweg, and then call her Sam, or whatever. Like, that's not a big deal for me. But I guess, well, even then, like, if I dated a woman named Samantha, I'd still be Samuel. So, like, if we had to do male, it'd just be more like Samuel Schwegler, or assuming we don't have the same middle name, like maybe an initial in the middle is going to be different, or stuff like that. So, it's not out of the realm of possibilities for what could happen in my life. Oh, Jesus, did I just lose my train of thought after a burp? I had wings tonight, folks. I'm going on a diet, so I'm eating low carb, eating wings. That's what you do, right? But yeah, no, I don't know. It's, I guess they figure it out, but it is weird. Like Taylor, hey Tay, boy Tay. Why would you go by boy Tay, girl Tay? Just be maybe Taylor to Taylor. I don't know. I've always been in like the mindset like I wouldn't change my last name for someone unless I really like their last name. I was loving them, but like, I date. If I ever got married, like, I don't expect you to take my last name if you don't want to. That's not a problem, and that's up to her, But it's her decision because I'm not going to take her last name, so she doesn't have to take mine. That's fine. So yeah, take that what you will. Oh yeah, this is straight out of Kansas City. So poor, broke, busted, and disgusted, pastor berates congregation for not getting him luxury gift. A pastor went viral online after a viral video was posted of him chastising his congregation for not getting him a luxury gift. The Reverend Carlton Funderburke of the church at the Well in Kansas City was recorded telling his churchgoers how upset he was that they had not bought him a Movado watch, which typically costs several $100s. The video shared on TikTok shows Funderburke describing his congregation on August 7th as poor, broke, and busted and disgusted. He asked them, I'm not worth your McDonald's money. I'm not worth your Red Lobster money. I'm not worth your St. John knits. Y'all can't afford it now. No how. I ain't worth y'all's Louis Vuitton. I ain't worth your Prada. I'm not worth your Gucci. The video has accumulated more than, I don't fucking learn how to read, more than 590,000 views. You can buy a Movado watch in Sam's, and y'all know I asked for one last year. Here it is the whole way in August. I still ain't got it, he said. Funderburke posted a video apologizing for his comments, saying they do not reflect his view of people, nor what is in his heart. No context could erase the words I used. I apologize to all who have been hurt, angered, or in any way damaged by my words. Okay. So, I actually know this church in Kansas City. I think, if I remember correctly, it's not a Hillsong church, but I do believe a lot of the staff there, probably this guy. Actually, we should do a little Googling. Funderburke, was it Taylor Funderburke? But I thought a lot of them went to that Hillsong school. Carlton Funderburke. Funderburke. I don't know who this guy is. The Well KC, our senior leaders. Okay. Carlton Funderburke. I didn't do any research into this. I didn't think he was going to be black. I did not expect that. He, native Kansas City, age 17, Drake University. Okay, so he didn't go to Hillsong. I thought a bunch of the guys back there forever ago, they were a part of Hillsong. That's what I thought. Totally thought they were a part of Hillsong. I'm wrong. And that happens from time to time. I'm glad I looked it up so I didn't have to fucking apologize next one. I said he was part of Hillsong. I'm sorry. He went to Drake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't be perfect. I know pastors. I know pastors are good. And, the fact that, and I think the Well is a pretty big facility, if I'm not wrong. It's pretty big. I don't know if it's a mega church. I think it was pretty big, but regardless of that, the Well is a very well known in Kansas City as like a one of the hipper places to go to. Kind of similar to Hillsong. You need to watch that documentary on Discovery Plus. It's worth the free trial of Discovery Plus if you haven't watched it. And then you can watch My 600-Pound Life and feel better about your life. But even then, here's what I think. To me with gifts, it's like I want to get something that for someone that they're not going to buy themselves because I'm a fucking adult. If I want a fucking Movado watch, I'm going to buy myself a Movado watch because I want the watch. That's how fucking being an adult is with money. It's not like you're a kid and you don't have money. and stuff like that. You're an adult and you make your own money. But this guy was like, I can't believe y'all are poor, broke, busted, and disgusting. Not buying me a gift. You know who the fuck I am? I'm like, buddy, you're a pastor. You're a pastor. What are you wanting people to buy you fucking? You're like, stop eating the McDonald's and buy me gifts. I'm like, fuck you, Carlton. Carlton fucking, it's not unusual to have love with anyone. And then I guess, like, you obviously we have this recorded. I guarantee you, I'm gonna look at the website right now, and I'm gonna guarantee that y'all record your sermons and watch us live. Yep. So pretty much, unless you delete your live streams, you put them on Facebook. I know at some point they delete, but I'm seeing an official statement. Welcome to Kansas City. How many people actually like? Okay, so it's only like 879 people follow the Facebook page, but at the same time, do they live stream? I guess they live stream their. Yeah, it looks like they live stream, like most churches do now because of COVID. But looks like this asshole. Yeah, it looks like this asshole fucking. He's like wearing. He's like wearing fucking an expensive suit jacket. He's just like wearing fucking expensive, like wearing jewelry and shit like that. Too definitely what Jesus wanted. That's exactly when Jesus is like, what the perfect pastor would be. I want to be wearing fucking Gucci or Louis Vuitton, Movado watch, specifically from Sam's Club. That's what I want. I want people preaching on my behalf. Jesus was like, help the poor, broken, busted. But I don't want you to. Jesus was like, just do the opposite. Criticize your own community for being poor, broke, busted, and disgusting. Do that. That's exactly what Jesus. That's the Bible I read. That Jesus wants you. Jesus, you can only preach if you're wearing Prada or Gucci, maybe Louis Vuitton too. That's what God said in the Bible. So I know someone in the comments will be like, you clearly haven't read the Bible. I've read the Bible front to back. This is called a fucking joke. And people were like, Jesus wrote the Bible. No, he fucking didn't. And I'm tired of having that conversation with people. We were like, here's a verse to prove it. I'm like, that was 1 Timothy. I don't think Jesus wrote that book. Anyways, though, we're moving on to our final article. Oh, fuck face.
And I really like that.
This motherfucker's coming back up again. KCTV, more Missouri, Kansas, Missouri news. Garth Brooks opening Bass Pro's new Thunder Ridge Nature Arena near Branson, Missouri. Garth Brooks will open the newly expanded Thunder Ridge Nature Arena at Bass Pro Shop's Big Cedar Lodge in the Ozarks of Missouri. The concert happens on October 1st at 7 p.m. Tickets go on sale on Friday, August 26th at 10 a.m. There will be an 8-ticket limit per purchase. You can purchase tickets at Ticketmaster. Okay, we are very honored to have Garth come and help open this great venue, which we hope will be regarded as one of the most picturesque and impressive nature-based arenas anywhere, said Johnny Morris, noted read your fucking word. Conservationalist and founder of Bass Pro Shops in Big Cedar Lodge. This will be a place for visitors of all ages to come and experience some of the best entertainers of our generation in a truly awe-inspiring environment surrounded by nature. The newly expanded Thunder Ridge Nature Arena is a natural amphitheater overlooking Table Rock Lake in the Boston Mountains of Arkansas, allowing guests to embrace the beauty and grandeur of the great outdoors. The Thunder Ridge land has been set aside in not-for-profit foundation, so all proceeds from the event are held at the Nature Arena will go to further enhance Thunder Ridge and support conservation. The vision for the future is to host other outdoor events by similar world-class entertainers. So, I think the sad part is I'm going to Branson for Thanksgiving. I usually don't like to give out my location most of the time, but but Garth will be there. Different days, though, but, it's like, he's gonna murder someone there. He's gonna murder someone. It says near Branson, Funny enough, a friend in Missouri's bachelor parties around this time. I could take him here for his bachelor party. Oh, it's like $100 a ticket? Jesus. I don't like Garth that much. Here, Garth, here's $100. You can murder me and my family. Here, Garth, close the trunk. And I'm like, I got friends in crawl spaces. You think I think that's funny? You fucking think that's funny? Where are the bodies? God damn it, you fly walking in. Fucking think it's funny, huh? Where are the bodies, Garth? I see your fucking comments. Yeah, you fucking think I killed your dad? I didn't. I should. I kind of wish I did now. Because you keep leaving those goddamn fucking comments. You just hear people near Garth like, Garth doesn't hate anyone. I'm like, yeah, it's hard to hate people when you kill them. I'm like, I don't hate you anymore, bud. Mankind. Yeah. Anyways, though, anyone I know going to this concert, please be careful. Stay safe. Share your location on your phone and make sure you have a passcode on it as well. Obviously, Garth is going to lose the phone, but at least you know, at least you have some steps going into this. Just stay safe, people. That's all I'm asking. Stay safe, be responsible.
And I really like that.
And just make sure, he's like, I got friends in crawl spaces. You think that's funny? You think that's funny, huh? Crawl spaces? Huh? I don't bury my fucking bodies in crawl spaces. What do you think I am, John Wayne Gacy? Which, coming back up, we're going to take a break. I usually don't do this, but we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about John Wayne Gacy. Similar, so we're going from one serial killer, Garth Brooks, to another, John Wayne Gacy. So stay tuned and don't touch that dial. Have you ever been out in public and thought, hey, look at that fat guy, only for it to turn out to be a mirror and you are in fact the fat guy? That was the moment that kickstarted me into becoming the greatest health expert the world has ever seen. But I wasn't born being built different. Like Joe Cocker before me, I get by with a little help from my friends. And my friends happen to be today's sponsor, FNX Fitness. FNX Fitness is committed to creating innovative supplements of the highest quality that provide focus for a productive morning, energy to thrive all day, performance supplements to reach new goals, unique sleep and recovery formulas to support any sport, and healthy supplements to support an active lifestyle for years to come. I also really enjoy their clothing line that makes you look good while you work out as well. Another thing I love about FNX Fitness is that with every purchase, they donate a gallon of water to a child in need. Start working out smarter, not harder, by using the link in our description today. You can save 15% on your purchase. Go save 15% on some of the best supplements out there when using the link in our description. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show. When you're at the beach, you aren't going there naked, letting everyone see your little shrunken PP from being in the water. No, you're wearing some sort of clothing to cover up your privates. So why would you let companies you buy products from have access to the privates of your credit cards? That's where today's sponsor, Privacy, becomes the clothing for your credit card information. Privacy is the first payment product that keeps your personal information private while being even more convenient than using a physical payment card online. Privacy empowers you to protect your physical card information. Each merchant you share your card information with puts you more at risk to hackers or data breaches. Why not use a privacy card instead? By creating a virtual card with privacy for each merchant you shop with, your physical card is safe and secure. Privacy cards can be paused or closed at any time, preventing any future transactions from being authorized. Privacy cards can also be single-use, meaning they close after just one authorized transaction. One of my favorite ways to use privacy is for a service with a free trial that requires you to put in a credit card to sign up. But wait, there's more. By using the link in our description, you can get $5 to spend anywhere. That's money you get to use. So start paying the smart way with Privacy. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show. Let's talk about a goofball, knucklehead, a buffoon, some would say, goofball, a silly goose. Goes by the name of John Wayne Gacy. So I've been recently watching, recently watched, I don't know how new it is, the John Wayne Gacy Tapes over on Netflix. Flicks of internet flicks. But anyways, they released the John Wayne Gacy Tapes. Now, they released the Ted Bundy tapes, but see, one of the big differences I have to say between the John Wayne Gacy tapes and the Ted Bundy tapes is there's only like a small period of time where John Wayne Gacy was like, I didn't kill anyone. I didn't kill him. That's not me. There was like a small period of time. These tapes don't go over that. Gacy was just like, yeah, here's how I killed him. So yeah, I would like to handcuff him to the bed, and then I choke him to death. And I like to watch the life leave their eyes. Like I said, what a kind of a knucklehead. A knucklehead. That John Wayne Gacy. Big old knucklehead. But anyways, though, yeah, John Wayne Gacy. You also probably, if you don't know who John Wayne Gacy is, let me first start off by saying, he's the guy from the Sufjan Stevens song.
What?
The one, I think, just titled John Wayne Gacy, from his album Illinois. But for those of you who don't know, John Wayne Gacy's, I think, in the late 70s. He killed, at least confirmed kills and noted kills. I think 33 young boys between like 15 to 19. He clearly had a type. John Wayne Gacy. He clearly had a type. And like killing was like a sexual thing for John Wayne Gacy. It was like I think what the first time it happened was like he was trying to hook up. He was just doing what the gays used to do back then. Go to a bar in secret and hook up in secret and stuff like that. And then I guess the guy got dangerous, so John Wayne Gacy, like, I guess he just killed him out of self-defense. And Gacy realized that was a turn-on for him. So he's like, I should do this. This is awesome. I'm going to do this some more. Can you imagine, like, just like a life-threatening event in your life that you make it out alive of, and you're like, you know what? I'm kind of turned on right now. Maybe we should keep doing this. So I guess he buried all those people under his crawl space, and he just kept putting people under his crawl space. Now, yeah, it is weird. It is always weird to me that like age is a type to people. I mean, I guess I like women a little older than me, but like it's more like as I get older, the age changes. You know, so you know what I'm saying. So it's like when I was 17, like 19, 20-year-olds were caught to me, like 21-year-olds when I was 17, that was a thing. But then I was like, but now I'm like 29. I'm listening to the new Demi Lovato album, and like she has a song called 29, which states when Wilmer Valderrama was 29, she was 17, and that's when they started dating. And then she turned 29, and she realized, dating a 17-year-old would never cross my mind. And it's never crossed my mind to date a 17-year-old. I can promise you all that. Dating a I just turned 29 too, so I'm like, dating a 17-year-old, God, that's so fucking weird. Like, what are you talking? Like, I think people were like, I was like, I wouldn't date a child because they would annoy the shit out of me. I was like, I don't think that's why those people date children. I don't think that's why they're doing it. To be honest with you, but John, the short fat guy. So, not all serial killers do that, but like, so weird. That was his type. 15 to 19-year-olds, like young boys, and he's like his construction business. He's like he's always just hiring young boys, and people were like, "Why don't you hire people with more experience?" John was like, "I think they're great the way they are." I don't see a problem with that. I don't see the problem here, and shit like that. Just like sometimes. Well, I mean, like restaurants. Sometimes it's like, like. Women, most of the time women go, it's a lot of women go into those jobs, you're like, I'm hot, I can get tips, I can make money being this, without lowering my standards. That's also, I can use my appearance to my advantage, without starting an OnlyFans, so like they go into that. I don't think these guys knew that was the case with them. So he killed 33 people, well, let's keep that in mind. 33 people, and it was like, it was always just like a lot of kids like, where were they last with? Oh, they were interviewing for a job with John Wayne Gacy's construction company, or something like that. Yeah, I guess he was working for John Wayne Gacy. Now he's just disappeared, and the police eventually were like, that's kind of weird. Why do all these people? Because usually, if there's disappearances, and they find one connection, detectives are gonna look into that one connection. And even if like they're looking into it, like they're like, is John Wayne Gacy a suspect? Let's try to go check into this, and stuff like that, stuff like that. So, man, he was so sloppy. I just think John Wayne Gacy was the sloppiest serial killer out, or at least one of them. Ted Bundy is up there being sloppy. Ted Bundy, I mean, like, he escaped prison twice. And the second time, he was out for a while. And if I would have been him, I'd be like, look, I know raping girls and killing them is fun, and it's a turn on to me. If I want to not be in prison, I gotta stop this. Or, I gotta be more sneaky. I can't just have a normal life. I just have to travel around, kill girls, and I'm not saying that they did anything right. I'm not saying that. I'm just like, when I get into serial killer talk, I'm always thinking, the reason why I'm like so interested in it is, what was the reason they got caught and stuff like that? They got caught and they got arrested. Like, what was the reasoning there? For John Wayne Gacy, like I said, so John Wayne Gacy killed like 33 people, and a majority of them he buried in his crawl space. So that's the thing. So at one point, like I said, like the cops kept having connections to Gacy in regards to like all these killings he had, and so they got one search warrant for his house, and they looked around, didn't look in the crawl space because back then people didn't bury people in the crawl. Most people who killed people, I guess they just never checked crawl spaces unless they had like a good reason to. Which, in hindsight, if you're gonna bury someone in your house, the crawl space is probably one of the best spots. Not anymore though. We know, just not the crawl space. Like Garth. Garth has friends in crawl spaces. You think that's fucking funny, buddy? I kill your dad again. So yeah, for the first time they searched the house, they found like random like souvenirs he kept from the kills, like class rings, receipts, coats, and shit like that. But then, but they didn't check the crawl space. So like they had some of the items, but it was like, we don't have the evidence, we don't have the cause to like arrest him and shit like that. So the police decided to just follow him 24/7. Now, if like for real though, like at one point, like I guess John Wayne Gacy was gonna like get the Justice Department to stop following him because it was like kind of a pain in the ass. Like assuming like someone didn't do it, but the cops are just gonna follow him 24/7, just from a small hunch, is amazing. So John just like was just like, okay, like he goes out to eat somewhere, and he's like, you guys want to come sit by me and talk, shit like that. He'd do that, and then the stupidest thing he did, the dumbest fucking shit he did, is he invited the cops over to his home. So again, because, it's not enough. So, like, one cop's talking to him, one's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and shit like that. He goes to the bathroom, it's like the winter, heat kicks on, and through the vents, he just like, that's dead body. And so, like, if it wasn't for that, John could have just, like, stopped killing people for a while, just wait till the cops get off his back, and just let him follow him and shit like that. But letting him back in the house, and then, like, they had to convince the judge to get a warrant. So I know Trump is, Trump got, the FBI got a warrant to raid Trump's house. And how warrants actually work, I don't know completely how they work, but the gist of what I know is that you have to have a reason. Like, you have to have a reason to wanting to, like, get a warrant for someone's house. Like, you have to have a good reason to. Like, that's when a judge signs off on a warrant. That's American law. It's like one of the amendments or something like that. Third or fourth, I think it's the Fourth Amendment, right? That's warrants. Third one's like, you just can't have soldiers sleep at your house or something like that. It's like a real problem in the early 1700s. Now, I guess we've been around so long, it's not been a problem. And shit like that. So like they're like, so they had to like explain to like this judge who was like, we already signed off on one search warrant. We didn't really find anything. He was like, okay, their body's buried in the house. Like, I smelled it when he invited us fucking over to look into his house. The dumbest fucking thing.
That's rough, buddy.
And so they got another search warrant. They found at least double digits in bodies under his house, and like it was so he had so many bodies in his house. Apparently, they couldn't. They're like, I don't know if, because usually if you're gonna like search a house like that, you know, like we're gonna leave the house intact. They're like, I don't think we can leave this house intact. If anything, he's just gonna have to build a new house. There's too many bodies here. And I think the property there, for a while, was for sale for a while. Like, the house isn't there anymore. But it's like this is where they were buried, stuff like that. So I think the lesson is, if you're gonna kill someone, you have to have a good plan on hiding the body. Like I don't know how to hide a body. I'm also not out here killing people. I don't know. You can dissolve the bodies in acid, shit like that. Throw it in a river. You know, a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of things you can do with the body. I'm not going to give you that advice on what to do. The only one that makes sense to me is what they did on Breaking Bad, and like they dissolved body in those buckets and shit like that. And I'm too scared to Google that. Don't follow John Wayne Gacy. Buried him under your own fucking house. Like, oh, jeez, come on. I'm gonna. It's like easy target. Like, oh, yeah, dead bodies in my own house, and I'm a prime suspect. And then don't be like Ted Bundy, who escaped prison and kept doing that shit and stayed in the same area. You gotta move around, buddy. You gotta move. You needed to spread base. Like, you know, kill a couple people. Knows the cops are gonna be on him soon. Like, he was in Florida, I would have said gone northeast coast. Because he was in, like, Utah, Seattle, or not Seattle, Washington. On the other side of the country, my man. Do the do. So it's time for us to scrape the bottom of the barrel once again as we go through BuzzFeed here. Today on BuzzFeed, I got... I thought this would be interesting because I was a child once. Someone would say I was a former child. If that made any sense. But this is 13 moments from kids' TV shows that made me super uncomfortable as a child. The 90s and 2000s were a unique time for TV shows aimed at adolescents. Preachy after-school specials with reach in their peak in the 80s were on a steady decline both in production and popularity, and the 2010 shows like Pretty Little Liars and Riverdale, which would offer young viewers pretty much zero semblance of reality, were a mere twinkle in some producers' eyes. But kids' TV shows from the 90s and 2000s were unprecedented, and they weren't afraid to go there. They contained surprisingly dark plot lines, dealt with some pretty serious issues, and of course included a lot of adult jokes. Obviously, this led to some stressful TV moments that were problematic, inappropriate for children, or involved a character, usually a kid, being put in an awkward or even dangerous situation. Moments that made me, a particularly nervous kid, super uncomfortable. So here are 13 of the most uncomfortable, awkward, problematic moments I remember from kids' TV shows. So I was a kid during this time. Let's see how much of this TV I remember, to be exact. Number 1, in Hannah Montana episode, He Ain't a Hottie, He's My Brother, Miley finds out that her best friend, Lily, and her older brother, Jackson, like each other. The age difference between the actors is massive. I'm starting to think about Lily that way. She's cute, she's smart, she's not a kid anymore. Okay, so I get, yeah, Jason Earls was like in his 30s, wasn't it? Like when these shows were on, and everyone else was like a normal teen at the time. They're recording, so that was weird. But I would say though, like they're acting though. It is weird when you think about real life, but if you're thinking about TV and the ages they were playing, it's not that weird. Yeah, think about it that way, folks. Like, I'm giving Hannah Montana the benefit of the doubt here that this is not weird. This was just how a normal TV show would write things for normal teens and shit like that. So maybe that's weird. Maybe that's the weird part. Okay. In the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episode, Forever Plaid, the twins invite their friends over and charge them money to peep on a girls' soccer team through a hole in the wall. Jesus, I remember this episode now. I don't think I remembered it back then. Jeez, like through a hole in the wall. Yeah, this was real. This is the fucking people, and I've also noticed too. In most rooms, these peepholes, they have to be pretty big for you to even fucking notice it. It's always wanting to know, like, Winslow from Winslow from Cat Dog. There's a hole in the ground for the mice to come in, like Tom and Jerry. There's like a hole in the ground. Like, wouldn't you like fix that up to make sure, like, if you figured out where mice were coming into your home and you just see a little door opening for them, wouldn't you close that up? That was always a plot hole that I had when I was a boy, when I was a child. Yeah, but they had just those fucking peoples are more on this. The worst part is when Arwen, the adult hotel engineer, looks through the hole, unaware of what the other side. It was already messed up that the young boys were peeping, but the fact that Arwen looked and that the girls on the other side of the wall saw him was actually very. How did this get to television? Someone sat in the room and was like, you know what's really cool? What kids are into these days? Peepholes and walls. And also, and just to be honest, you should notice if there's a peephole in the room. You should just, I don't know, I'm not a detective or anything, but if I saw just a hole in the wall, I would probably take a look inside the hole in the wall. If you saw light shining through or anything like that, you could even take a flashlight or whatever. We all have phones. I guess they didn't have phones like that back then, but we have phones now with flashlights on them. You should have noticed that. That's just... everyone's wrong in that situation for letting it happen. For letting it happen and letting people look into it. That's just wrong, okay? 3, a few years later in the sweet life on deck, Zach and Cody suspect their teacher is a dancer in which a burlesque show. Zach comes up with a plan which involves dressing up their friends who are teenagers in showgirl costumes. What other plans you got? What are you talking about? It's a really great plan. A really great plan. Visibly uncomfortable. Lautner is really into this. I don't see why you need me to wear a showgirl costume too. It's part of the plan. Don't question the plan. Yeah, I would say, I mean, they're not dressing like strippers, okay? Like, I guess it's showgirls. Isn't that like a whole different thing? If you're getting horny from like a showgirl show, like... I'm going to tell you something. You know, your phone has internet. Go to Pornhub.com. Your anything you're thinking about's on there. Your entire anything, almost everything's on there except for like illegal shit. That stuff's not on there. Hopefully, probably there probably something I don't want to look at. I'm not looking into it. But anyways, though, I don't see this as that much of a problem. Obviously, they're pretty little uncomfortable, but like at the same time, like that was the plan. Like they're trying to. Should I figure this out? Like, Zach Cody gonna dress up like showgirls? I'm like, that's gonna be obvious immediately. And the teacher's just a showgirl dancer. It's just making some extra money. Don't be stingy. Don't be weird about it. Okay, don't be weird. In the That's So Raven episode, He's Got the Power. After Eddie temporarily gains psychic powers, he unknowingly predicts the winner of a horse race for an older kid, Sonny. When Sonny gives Eddie his cut of the prize money and shakes him down for the next winner, Eddie, now powerless, makes a total guess. I mean, that's just an unfortunate circumstance right there. Like, it's like, I lost my powers. Look, just be easy, okay? After it turns out Eddie's guess was wrong, Sonny covers him in an empty restaurant and threatens him. Raven and Chelsea come to his rescue, but it's still such a tense scene for a kid to watch. It always gave me extreme anxiety. Yeah, I could see how it could be a fucking problem. My real thought on the matter of hand is, you know, like, look, I don't have that anymore. I don't think we should do this anymore. We got our good ones. We should just take our winnings and leave and shit like that. I mean, if you had psychic powers, yeah, you definitely want to just get some money, and, like, live off that shit. Like, that's how you should live. And then follow your passions. Follow your art, your art career. Become a famous singer. That's what we're doing. I could see that, man, a little extreme. Extreme. In a later episode, His House Party, Raven and Corey throw a party, and their reverend shows up. I mean, it's a kid show. They're not drinking. Unless they are drinking, let me see. While their parents are out of town, Raven and Corey throw a massive rager, which includes mechanical bull rides. The family reverend enters just as Raven is taking her turn on the bull. Growing up, I saw riding mechanical bull as being something very sexual and very adult. It was one thing to see the teenagers and That's So Raven riding it, but when you add the reverend into the mix, the discomfort I felt was palpable. Who the fuck Do people think riding a bull is sexual? It's never been a sexual thing. I don't know. I went to a rodeo when I was like in 3rd grade, and bull riding was not sexual. If you actually saw real bull riding, that shit is not sexual at all. You could easily get the shit knocked out of you by a bull. That's why they have rodeo clowns to try and distract the bull, so the person who's possibly injured can get to safety while these clowns or whatever just kind of goof around and shit like that. But no, I've never saw, even like at bars that have it. I've never seen it. It just kicks you, throws you across the bar, and you get thrown off. That's never. I don't get it. Who's getting turned on by fucking bull riding? Go to Pornhub.com if that's the problem. Go to Pornhub.com if you get turned on by fucking bull rides. Fuck, dude. In the Drake and Josh episode, The Affair, Drake overhears his dad on the phone and assumes he's having an affair. It's just that, well, I have a family to think about. Look, I'm not saying no. Are you kidding? It's all I've been thinking about. The show usually treats the dad like he's a complete buffoon, so the fact that he even had this storyline was definitely strange. Of course, it's all a misunderstanding in the end, but we don't find out until Drake and Josh do, with just 3 minutes left in the episode. There are pretty problematic moments throughout the whole thing, and one part near the end where Drake and Josh tell their dad not to worry because they won't tell their mom about the affair as they got his back. Yeah, I mean, that was the whole kind of joke. And don't look into Dan Schneider shows, people. You're gonna find like this guy was in Defeat. How am I not in Defeat? These were my favorite shows as growing up. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't think this episode was that bad. There was a lot of other problematic episodes of Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh was a very problematic show, and honestly, that was kind of the funny part. Drake and Josh is how problematic it was, and stuff like that. I still wish, I know this will never happen. I know, and Drake Bell's not no one's really wanting to hire him right now for anything, but I really want them to reboot Drake and Josh. But it's like how they live their lives now. Like Josh is just like a YouTube personality, and he's a genius. And I guess put some science thing in there for him. Drake is like a washed up musician and a child predator. Or child endangerer, because everyone's like, "Are you calling me a child endangerer? Well, I ain't calling you a child ensafer." I just want them to reboot it now, but put Drake's also a pedophile too. I think that'd be funny. Apparently, no one else thinks that's funny. Only I think that's funny. So apparently, some people don't have senses of humor, and they're not me. So sorry, people, you're not funny like me. In the next season of Drake and Josh, in the episode I Love Sushi, after the boys find out that they won a contest, Drake celebrates by kissing a random stranger because he just has to. I gotta kiss someone, a complete stranger. A lot of stuff Drake did made me uncomfortable, but when I saw this scene as a younger teen, I was thinking, God, I hope this doesn't happen to me. See, I'm not making assumptions. I'm not making assumptions though, but obviously, don't be kissing random strangers, fellas. Fellas, don't be kissing random strangers. But the part of the joke that is Drake on that show is that every woman wants him. Like, that's the joke. Every woman wants him. So the fact that, like, he goes up and kisses a random stranger, the idea was supposed to be that, like, any woman would want that to happen to him. That's kind of the joke with this. So I know what the right thing to do is to not do that. But that was kind of the joke on the show. And I like how this was like a moment that stood out to someone. Because like the obvious joke is like every woman wants Drake. And so, it's like, I don't know. It's like if a woman finds a guy attractive, you're like, please don't check me out. Please don't look at me. Please don't look at me. And then when like like an ugly guy, it's like, please look at me. Or a good looking guy is like, please look at me. Please look at me. Stuff like that. So I get it. But anyways. Oh, number 8, in the Full House episode Star Search, Joey performs stand-up on a TV competition show as his last chance of making it as a comedian and loses. I should preface this by saying, as a kid, I would get secondhand embarrassment from Joey's jokes, so this episode in particular was incredibly hard for me to watch. That fact that Joey planning to perform his comedy in front of other people instead of just his family, stressful since they all know he's not funny. Okay, that episode is just kind of sad over everything. They're like, we still love you, Joey. And he was a radio host, and in Fuller House, things turned out for him. Things for him were okay. Things turned out okay for him. So, I don't think y'all should be complaining that much about that. That's not one you should complain about. In the episode Babe Raider of Life with Derek, Casey decided to do her media project on sexist video games, but then, in an attempt to get a boy's attention, ends up dressing like the character in the video game. I don't remember this show. Live with Derek. Why am I not remembering this show? But anyways, though, yeah, I could see a project about like they don't really make games anymore that they don't make those kinds of games anymore, which is kind of funny. I was like, even back then, fucking Laura Croft triangle boobs, like that was the whole thing. So looking back now, I played Cyberpunk on stream once, and it was like just a fucking naked chick lying there, and I was like, God, I am going to lose my Twitch account. Twitch.tv/TheSchweezy. Connect your Twitch Prime. Get your Twitch Prime. Help support us. Do that. Be cool. Don't be stingy. So anyways, though, yeah, I could see that, but back then it was just like pointy boobs. In Rugrats, naked Tommy convinces the other babies to free themselves by taking their clothes off. See, here's the thing, though. Like, a kid who would be able to understand this would have to be older than, like, maybe 6 plus years older to really kind of grasp what's going on, and then be like, oh, those are little babies. They don't know any better. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing with Rugrats. It's always like, oh, they're babies. It's funny. You know, it's just... I remember seeing babies do that. Like, your parents have other friends with babies. Like, yeah, babies do that. And that's what I'd be thinking here on that. So, yeah, this isn't as weird. Lil, could I ask you a question? Oh, God. That's like for the adults watching, okay? I don't know why people are cringing at this shit. That's just kind of funny, okay? Don't be cringing at funny shit. No, SpongeBob. Oh, this one's... in the SpongeBob episode Karate Choppers, Mr. Crab bans SpongeBob from practicing karate because it's interfering with his work. SpongeBob and Sandy try their hardest to not do karate, but it backfires, and they release their frustration in huge karate tussles. Just SpongeBob, maybe just one more. Sandy in the bar get karate-free picnic. Was this supposed to be... Ocean bouncing while they're mid-fight while mirrors are moving head... I never noticed that was a sex metaphor before. Huh. I've seen that episode like 1,000 times. Never really... But it was like... SpongeBob was having sex at work? I get the joke between like him and Sandy, you know. He's like, SpongeBob, you're gonna take your mind off things. Think of having too much sex at work. Most jobs, you'd be fired. But, like, you can't be having sex at work, buddy. And then, okay, I guess I never saw that this was, like, a sex thing before. Okay, you know, things about my childhood are reopening. And I think we're on the last, no, there's 13. In Mugged from Hey Arnold, after Arnold gets mugged, his grandmother teaches him karate. In front of himself, he takes it a little too far and beats up the innocent guy. Just trying to ask you where the bus stop. Oh my God. I feel, the movie itself was hard to watch, man. When the poor guy just wants to know where the bus stop. Arnold beats him up so bad that his clothes just fall off, and then the guy starts crying. Oh, that's so hard. That's so hard to think about. Just like, guy's clothes, well, he's just a nice guy. He's like, I just want to know where the bus stop. And Arnold just fucking has PTSD from getting robbed, and so. How did that episode end? Did he make it up to that guy? Did they make it up to him? Oh, that's cringy. The final one. I don't want to think about that anymore. In the Home Improvement episode A Night to Dismember, after Tim and Jill sneak a peek at Mark's unfinished horror movie, they become convinced that Mark wants to murder them. You think I want to kill you? It's just a movie. The last couple of months, you've been really quiet and withdrawn. Maybe that's just how I am. Oh, jeez. I didn't watch a lot of Home Improvement in the latest season. Mark starts stressing Goth. Parents don't exactly... Oh, yeah, this was back when Columbine was a thing. So anyone who kind of like dressed like those guys were like... That was pretty rough. That was a pretty rough time to be goth. Then we all became emo. So, because our parents wouldn't let us be goth. That's how that worked. Anyone wants to know a history lesson why I was emo, not goth? And also, I think Robot Chicken had a joke. It was like a Teen Titans with Beavis and Butthead, and Beavis or Butthead. No, it was Butthead. He was like, "You're just mad because goth music sucks," and I was like, "Agreed." Anyways, though, I think that's it. And they want me to leave a comment. Dude, the Hey Arnold one, oh man, you just feel so bad. It's like, oh man, dude, Hey Arnold had some fucking rough ones. Like, this all could have been just Hey Arnold. It was like, Helga's mom was addicted to smoothies, booze, abusive family relationship, Arnold's parents being dead, his grandpa basically being a reanimated corpse, shit like that. Hey Arnold could have just been it. Cool theme song though. Yeah, had a cool theme song. So, yeah. Have you ever cracked open a cold one with the boys? The vibes are on, then all of a sudden, you are out of cold ones? Though the vibes are still on, the vibes will soon go off because you are out of cold ones. There's no need to drive when you're under the vibes. That's why today's sponsor, Drizly, is here to make sure that the vibes continue. Drizly gets all your favorite beer, seltzer, wine, whiskey, and much more delivered directly to your home. With their easy-to-use mobile app, we are getting one step closer to never leaving our homes. You know it's saying something when it's being praised as the Amazon for liquor. Drizly is my go-to app for getting all the booze I need so I can do other things. So using our link in the description today, you can save $5 off your first purchase through Drizly. Drizly has proprietary ID verification technology that it provides to its retail partners that allows drivers to scan IDs for more than a barcode to make sure the purchaser is over 21 years old in the US and of legal drinking age in Canada. Retailers on Drizly may have a minimum order or delivery fee. So using our link in the description, get $5 off your first order with Drizly. And remember, when you use our links, you directly support this show. You're not a boomer who still goes to what our ancient civilizations called a store. You buy everything on the internet like a modern individual. What if I could tell you that you could be saving more on your purchases by only making a few clicks on your computer? That's where today's sponsor, Honey, will change your life. Honey is a free browser extension you can download using the link in our description of this episode. Honey searches the entire internet for promo code, coupon codes, free shipping, and anything else that will save you money when buying things online. It's 100% free, and at no point will you have to pay for it with all of those many microtransactions. It's as simple as pressing a single button, and you can start saving money. Not using Honey is basically throwing money away that could be saved for more important things. I recently had to get business cards for myself, and Honey literally saved me 60% on a pack of 500 business cards. It was amazing. Add the Honey extension to your browser today for free by using the link in our description of this episode. And when you use our links, you directly support this show. All right, it's time for Ask Schweezy, the part of the episode where you ask Schweezy all your questions, and I give you answers. And you can all go fuck yourselves if you don't agree with me. That's because that's how it is. I gave hair advice last week, and someone's like, this guy shouldn't be giving it. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're fucking probably another one of those. You fucking white people with dreadlocks. All your fucking accounts keep fucking harassing me, and I don't give a shit. I'll cut them off one by one. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, let's just get into questions. That was off topic. That's some hidden anger.
What?
So something I guess I should probably look into. Let's just get into it. First question. What do we have here? Why do boys feel ashamed after masturbating?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Should feel natural. No, I hated myself after masturbating as a young lad. So that is a weird thing. Yeah, why do boys feel so? We do feel kind of wrong after we masturbate. I'm not actually sure why that is. Why we feel that way. I was gonna have to give a guess. I know there's Christian guilt on my side, where for me, so there's clearly the idea of masturbation is a sin. It's spilling your seed. You should come inside. You should come on her tits and do not come on the floor. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says, "Do not come on the floor." That is true. That is actually in the Bible. It sounds like I'm making a fucking joke right now, but the Bible clearly states that you should not jizz on the floor. You got to either do it. You got to masturbate into a sock, or just let it on your stomach and then wipe it away. Just wipe it away there. Let's sit in shame. So there's the Christian guilt of it all. And I guess. And this is a true story, folks. I'm not going to lie to you when I tell this story. I was once in like one of those like purity kind of classes type of thing, and the legit guy, I still know the guy. He said, and I am not joking when I say this, that if you masturbate and look at porn, you're going to end up killing girls and women, girls, keeping their dead bodies in a freezer to fuck like a sex toy. Now, fellas, not a lot of us are doing that. Hopefully not a lot. They're like, yeah, you're going to have to find girls who don't have a lot of family. And like, okay, it sounds like you know how to do this. But no, God, it was so freaky. I still try to bring that up. It's just like, if you masturbate and look at porn, you're going to end up killing women and keeping them in your freezer to fuck them. First of all, don't you? I guess some guys. I'm not getting into the warm bodies type of situation, but I'm gonna be honest. Never. That thought has never crossed my mind to do that to any woman. We talked about one guy who killed boys. No, they didn't keep him in the freezer though. Not Jeffrey Dahmer. I think he kept boys in the freezer. It was boys though. That was like different. God. What the fucking cop who was like, the kid like ran away from the cop, and then Jeffrey Dahmer's like, let me take him back for you. And the cop's like, okay, just letting in. Jeffrey killed the kid. All cops are bastards. And I bet I don't think Garth kills people for sex. I think Garth kills people for just pleasure, not sexual pleasure. Just a rush out of it. Anyways, though, back to masturbation. So then there's the thing that like why would you masturbate when maybe you masturbate because you can't pull bitches? And I don't think that's a fact. I think we need to masturbate because we need to nut, and women are not obligated to be our cum dumpsters, fellas. Women are not obligated to be that cum dumpster. Women are people. That's what we're doing today.
Oh my gosh, so
I hit the
deep.
fucking wrong button too. Women aren't cum dumpsters, fellas. And so yeah, that's the thing. You're like, oh, I wish I could get with a real girl. Buddy, it's okay. You can't. Every nut can't be with a woman. Sometimes you gotta fly solo. If we can't do that, fellas, we can't nut on our own time. You don't deserve bitches. Okay, bitches are for those who understand they can make themselves nut. They don't need no one. So there's that. Porn is a whole different thing because I don't think our minds are meant to see as much porn as we do. Anyways, though, I'm going on quite a long rant about that. I hope that helped whoever asked this question. How do I cope with the fact that I'm ugly? On a scale of 1 to 10, I ain't at the very bottom, but still damn close, like probably a 2 or a 3. Okay, I have no clue if you are a man, woman, they, them. So here's the thing. You call yourself a 2 or a 3. Here, like, to be a 2 or a 3, there's a lot of factors about your appearance that are really out of your control. Even then, if you're a guy, I feel like for guys, if you're a guy, if you're a man asking this question, I don't think women don't know much care about looks as much as men do. Women are like, if women are gonna be shallow, it's gonna be on your height, like for real. If that's where Women are going to be shallow at all. It's going to be about their height. Usually, even not like weight as much as anything. Unless they're like a gym junkie, like a gym rat, then they're going to be like, those few people stick together and not have fun at all. So, their lives suck. But I can't imagine you're an actual 2 or 3. Like, I consider myself a 7 before I talk. I'm just walking around. So yeah, no, 2 to 3. I'm going to say, I can't imagine you're that. So here's the advice I'm going to give you. Strive to up the number a little bit. And you're thinking like, well, I can't change my face. I mean, technically you can with money, if you have money. Just remember, you're not ugly. You're just poor. That's the real thing. You're not ugly. You're just poor. Just always remember that. That's a nice line.
And I really like that.
So here's some advice I give you to up your number. I'll go if you're a fella first, a boy, a man. Well, no, you're not the boys. If you're a man, a male, a non-female, as they say. One thing I would do, first of all, because confidence is a big thing if you're a guy. So what would you need to do to help yourself get confident? You need to lose some weight. I'm gonna need to lose some weight because my shirt's getting tight and I do not feel comfortable. And so I want to feel more confident. I'm gonna get, I'm gonna lose some weight, and that means I'm not gonna drink for a while. Which, why does drinking make you fat? Can someone figure that shit out? They're like, well, you can get you can drink low calorie drink. I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna drink a fucking lot. Okay, you wake up the next morning, you're fucking bloated, and your fucking cheeks are heavy, and your stomach is just sticking. Okay. Anyways, though, if you need to lose weight, yeah, lose weight. Gonna diet. I do want to say, diet's gonna be a lot more than working out. I always thought working out was gonna be more important than a diet. No, the diet's way more important. So if you just get on a diet, work out that way. Figure that shit out. Find some clothes, get some clothes you like. If you get clothes you like, that you actually do look good in. So there's you look good in them, and they look good on you. Like, you look good in them, and they make you feel good. That can really help you out. Boost your confidence a lot. Make it a little better. Make your hair look cool. Be cool as hell, buddy. Most barbers can do modern haircuts. It's not out of the question for something like that as well. Or figure out get hair that works for you. Work on that too. Stuff like that. So yeah, no, that's kind of my advice for a guy. You just got to get more confident, and when your confidence soars, and you just work on yourself a little bit, you're more attractive. You're gonna be at least a 5, or 6, or 7, and most women like to date down, so that's a good thing. That's my problem. I'm just too perfect. If you're a lady here and you're a woman asking this question, my advice for you, this is gonna sound very harsh, and so I want you all to shut the fuck up when I say this. If you're fat, you need to lose fucking weight, because men, how if you're a woman, how if a guy's tall, it's more attractive to you. Well, if you're skinnier, I don't want you to fucking starve yourself. Don't do that shit. Even then, someone was like, "Oh, I'm skinny," and you see their rib cage. I just see girls they suck in their their the little bit of body fat they have, just you can see the rib cage. I don't want to see your rib cage. That's not hot. It's just she has a problem. And then you just start feeling bad for her. And
That's rough, buddy.
so we don't want to see your rib cage, ladies. But you want to feel better, just lose some weight. Don't be one of them fat bitches not everyone can lose weight. Yes, you can. I'm not saying you're gonna get abs, but you can lose weight. Everyone can lose weight. It's not like special order or whatever. So yeah, that's I like all my only advice for women. Are just lose weight, stuff like that. Learn fashion, just learn the basics. A lot of people on YouTube will help you out with that, and stuff like that. But that's my advice for those people. Okay. So, Number 3, what is a good way of preventing and or getting rid of pimples? In absence of a dermatologist to visit, I'm just going to ask this gross question here. So I'm very self-conscious about the quality of my skin, and I often have pimples and bumps on my face, neck, and the worst ones seem to form on my shoulders. I'm not dirty or anything and wash my face regularly, yet it feels like there's always oil and pus in pores, and I don't know what to do. I don't know your age, so first thing I'll say, if you're a teenager, I guess that shit's just gonna fucking happen, and it's annoying. And there's gonna be more. I still get acne too. I just know how to take care of it, and I'll tell you my other secret in a bit. But why it doesn't look like I have pimples all over my face? But no, like it's a gross question. It's like, yeah, it's gross, like we all shit, but like there's nothing I can do about the shitting, so it's gonna happen. Like pimples happen, and everyone knows it's gonna happen. So, helping you prevent. I have to do a couple extra things just to make sure my face is clear. I'm pretty bad at touching my own face. If you watch any video of me, you see me touch my face, but I don't like other people touching my face. That really cringes me out, I don't let people touch my face. That's one thing I do. Even like dogs want to lick your face. I'm like, no, you're not licking my face. And I kind of wish it because it's a better bonding experience with dogs. I change pillowcases very frequently. Like I try every night or every other night. I do try to change it. I just have a whole shit ton of pillowcases that I just keep in a drawer. I swap them out every night. Really helps it. Obviously, washing your face. You clearly need to do that. There's certain ingredients. Everyone's like, well, are all the same? Like, a lot of them are pretty similar to each other. You just have to look for like specific ingredient, like salicylic acid. I don't think retinol is another thing. Salicylic acid is the one I think you want with your face wash, because it helps you. Like, you don't have to spend like $1,000. You could probably like go to a fucking drugstore and be like, no, this is the cheap shit. And buy it as long as it has that ingredient, because it's gonna be the same. If it's the same ingredient in all the big shit too. So that I like to wash my face in the shower is probably, it's just so easy to do when you're in the shower. Get one of those pump type things, do it in the shower and stuff like that. And yeah, and I guess with your neck and body too. I guess you gotta wash that shit too. And another thing, get those. They're called mighty patches. So when you actually get a pimple, you can just put it on there and like overnight or whatever, and then it like kind of sucks it out, kind of thing. It's really cool. Maybe you look at the actual science behind it, but called the mighty patch, and then it sucks it out, and then it's like maybe just like a red spot on your face, and then after that, what you got to do. Get some concealer. That is the trick. And everyone's like, wearing makeup is gay. I'm like, shut the... No, it's not. Wearing makeup like contouring and shit like that, that could be gay. Whatever, you're just like, if you're just using like concealer to cover zits, that's not gay. That's like actual male models do that shit. Like I read like actual models, what they do if they get a pimple, they pop it, clean it and everything, make sure it's not bleeding and shit like that, and then cover it up with concealer. That's what they do, and that's a life trick. I use concealer. So fellas, don't be too stingy about that.
Come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
Don't be stingy about the concealer. It's great. Use concealer on zits. If you frequently get zits, like keep yourself clean and everything, but it's just gonna make you feel a lot better for when you do get like a shit fucking pimple. That's just kind of just a red dot on your face. You can just put the concealer on, pop it on, go about your day, live your life, be free, young, wild, and free. That's what you can do. Is a skinny girl unattractive? I'm a Hispanic woman all my life. I've been hearing people say how bad looking is a thin body. I have a skinny shape, 1.70 and 50 kilograms. I have no clue how much you weigh. And I'm so insecure about it. I hate the idea of someone seeing me naked. I don't care if that someone likes me. I don't feel sexy at all. I'm not asking for advice. I just want to know, which body type do you prefer and what you think about skinny bodies. So, yeah, I did already mention this previously, but what I will say, though, is, like, are skinny girls unattractive? No. The type of skinny you have to be unattractive is when it looks, like, unhealthy, when you're, like, anorexic, bulimic, and stuff like that. Like, your rib cage is showing, and it's just, like, so that kind of body, That's the kind of body type that you're, like, you're like... You just feel sad, and it's not fun, and it's rough for everyone.
That's rough, buddy.
And yeah, so don't do that. Overall, though, I think like we say, for like I think I already mentioned, like, women, if they're gonna go generally what women are into, they're like, I like a guy who's tall. Like, that's what women are into. For guys, it's gonna be like, I like a girl who's skinny. So it's weird to me that you feel so. It's so. This is just a good sign for everyone out there who is just like, because everyone hates their own bodies. And then you hear other people's perspectives about your own body, and you're like, yeah, that's not a problem for me. And you're like, I'd probably look at this person and be like, yeah, you're pretty hot. I bang, Guys typically want like a smaller, like smaller girl, not like when it's like a kid. That's not what I'm fucking talking about. But when it's like, when a woman's like smaller than him, it's usually what it. But I did watch the first episode of She-Hulk, and I gotta say, maybe bigger girls like that could be a new thing for me. We don't know. I don't know yet. That could be. I may be unlocking something in my brain. Maybe unlocking a new thing, or maybe Tatiana Maslany is just hot. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just hot, no matter what size she is. So yeah, no. As long as you're not, as long as you don't look super unhealthy, men will find you hot. Don't worry. Men will feel really nice around you. Feel a lot more confident with you. So just remember, we all hate our bodies, and so people are probably jealous of you. I bet there's some fucking fat bitch out there who's like, fuck you, you skinny ass Hispanic woman. I was gonna say white girl, but no, I can't say that. So, anyways, we're moving on. Why is every damn celebrity starting a makeup line? Are they even making enough money from it with so many? I mean, there are so many other makeup brands that girls continue to use, or at least I do, that are damn good and reliable. But every celebrity under the sun has a line now. Are people even buying it to make it worth making? I don't know anyone who is like, yeah, I bought Selena Gomez's foundation online. Yeah, no, I get that way too. Like, I'll just like browse Instagram, go on like that, the doom scroll page where it's just like anything that they're trying to tailor to you on the algorithm. It's like people make fan pages for like Dua Lipa, Brie Larson. I do look at a lot of the Brie Larson ones, but that's besides the point. And Selena Gomez, like, just like people make fan pages because they're obsessed with these people. Like, they don't know who you are. They don't give a fuck about you, dude, and stuff like that. But like the celebrity worship, especially I know in the United States, maybe other countries have it at least a lot different. It's so fucking weird how people do that. So, we're thinking like we're moving into the idea that influencers are the new celebrities, which is fucking weird. I can't stand influencers, but it's so different. So, Sydney Sweeney's talking a lot about this, how she wouldn't be able to take 6 months off to herself. Like, she has to kind of keep working for a while, and stuff like that. And people were like, oh, you're a big famous celebrity, yada, yada, yada. Which is true. She probably does make a lot of money, but you also understand that actors, they're filming 12 hours a day, and then they get 12 hours off, and then another 12 hours working. Long hours, it's pretty rough, and stuff like that. It's like, makes me not really want to get into acting that much, because you're just like sitting around working hours, and like you think about it, watch a show and watch one scene of a show and think about how many shots. Like, they're only using one camera, and so they're doing the scene like 7-8 times over and over again, just make sure they have all the shots they need for it. It's brutal. So, and I get what what's her name? Check with the big Sydney Sweeney. Check with the big boobs. Sydney Sweeney is talking about there, but she's kind of becoming like an influencer on Instagram because people like worship her, stuff like that. And so it's kind of like that. I know specifically in music, what we would talk about is like, you see like Travis Barker. He's very successful. He's in Blink-182. He's been working with MGK, Avril Lavigne, a bunch of other people. He still has like Barker Wellness. He has a bunch of other businesses too. It's not really uncommon to see other people doing businesses, even like them, for someone who's technically really successful in music. It's not necessarily like always going to be the best financial thing for you. So you're going to start a side business too. And that's why you see a lot of celebrities, they just have their own side business, stuff like that. Speaking of makeup, I think makeup is an easier thing because it's, a lot of times it's the same product from China being shipped in different packaging. Like if you learn about what drop shipping is, and then you go on like Amazon and you see like basically the same product, like 7 or 8 versions of the same thing, but with like a different label on it. That's what drop shipping is. And so I think a lot of these makeup lines are like that. The only one I know, Selena, and you mentioned Selena Gomez, I know she makes her like bottles for like people who are handicapped, so it's easy for them to open. It's good. I think it's Rare Beauty, I believe, and it's like very good products that she very much is intentional with it because you brought up Selena Gomez. But yeah, most of it's kind of like drop shipped goods. For the most part, I mean, obviously, I don't know how everyone's brands work and stuff like that. Some people do make sure to do real efforts. Like, yeah, we hand make all these, or all my workers are from the United States. They're getting paid well to do all this. Every product is different, but for the most part, it's a lot of drop ship stuff because drop shipping stuff is just like cheap stuff from China you get. Then you mark it up to a normal price in the United States, and then you get the profit margins in between there. You see just you can see a lot of musicians. Just look at there, like you see Tom DeLonge has To the Stars. I don't know why it's Blink-182 and Selena Gomez and Sydney Sweeney I'm thinking about. But yeah, that's something you got to think about. They're starting businesses to help them get more income because like acting and stuff like that. If it's cable TV is different because they have royalties from that. But like HBO, Netflix, stuff like that. It's the pay is different. It's not like Hollywood isn't like it used to be. So even though I do think they make probably a lot more money than most people will make in their entire lifetime. You kind of get it. They want to, the more and sometimes these other products are really helping them. And them as the face of the product really helps sell it as well. So, why are opioids used all the time if they're so addictive? The reason why opioids are used all the time, coming from someone who's not a doctor, and couldn't really get into opioids either. Like, I'm sorry, I tried, folks. I've had them. It's not saying they're the worst. I'm saying they were okay. I couldn't get addicted to them. I was also not in pain either. So,
come on, Mark, don't be stingy.
So yeah, the reason why is because they work. So if you if you injure yourself pretty bad, in the healing process, it's still gonna fucking hurt. So the idea of these are if you're hurt and you have to use like a painkiller, this just will help you out while you are recovering from this. One of the big things is why they're so addictive. Mainly, what I'll say is the reason why we keep using opioids is because they work, and that's the problem. So it's just a funny thing. My dad, when he was alive, he had a hernia surgery, and he basically they gave him the painkillers, and he had one, and he just felt really loopy apparently, just out of nowhere, and so then he called his doctor, and he was like, "Hey, I don't really like these painkillers. Do I have to take them?" They're like, "Well, you can take regular Advil if you want to." Yeah, like they're not forced. The real problem really comes to, big pharma. Obviously, big pharma is a pretty big problem, especially in the United States. And then doctors are kind of just keep re-prescribing them, kind of thing. Dr. Phil said, surprisingly, Dr. Phil had the best commentary on this on the Joe Rogan Experience. Surprisingly enough, this is the sentence I'm going with, where he said that it's like, if you got into an injury, you should take one. You should take a painkiller. That's going to help you feel a lot better. That's what you need to take. The problem is, but doctors keep prescribing people this, and they give them too much, stuff like that. And the idea of what you need to be using the painkillers for is when you're feeling a lot of pain from like a specific type of injury or surgery or whatever. You need to take. That's the time you take it. You take it when you're desperate. You don't just take it because I'm feeling a little. All right, take another one. And then people are just like, I can't function without this, and they're not. It's like, don't be a drunk if you're not gonna be fun. Don't get high if you're not gonna be a fun guy. If you're gonna be like angry and shit like that, this is not benefiting your life. Like, being nice and having fun. It's great. I heard a story today of a guy. I guess his girlfriend of like 2 years or whatever was going out drinking with her friends, and she drunk texts him and then calls him and was like, "I love you so much, man," stuff like that. It's like very nice. That's how you're supposed to be when you drink. That's not what you're not supposed to be the other way around. One album with 16 songs or 2 albums with 8 songs each. Really just need some help. I'm working on a new album, basically. There's going to be a total of 16 songs. I'm trying to build my fan base, so I'm going to be focused on releasing more singles within both these albums. The concepts are similar to each other / complement each other, but I'm just not sure what to do since I'm relatively new / starting my music career. One whole album with 16 songs or 2 albums with 8 songs each. So, okay. Everyone's going to tell you something different in music, but I can give you some advice on my end, kind of what I think. Things I just kind of know are bullshit, because you'll be people like, all right, 2 months before you release a single, you got to start promoting it then. But like, no one's going to give a shit. You're like, oh, 2 months away? Okay, whatever, fuck. Whatever. I think with the single, you start with the single like 1 month, or not 1 month. Even then, I think 1 month's too much. Like 1 week away, you're releasing it. It's like, hey, a new song coming out next Friday, and then in the following week, just do like simple marketing for that. Then once the song is out, that's when I would do more marketing and stuff like that when you release a single. Now you're thinking about either 1 album with 16 or 2 albums with 8 songs. Now, if you already have the songs written, I would say, do the album. However, if you don't have them finished, just do an 8-song EP or whatever, and then in 6 months or a year, release the other one. Some people say, like, release an EP every year and stuff like that. Albums are dead. You release an EP every single year. Not necessarily. I would say, with the situation that you have yourself in, you should go ahead and start releasing singles. Like, I don't know, someone said, like, every 8 weeks, release a new song. Every 6 to 8 weeks you release a new song and stuff like that, and just keep going with that, and then you could kind of keep going with that until you release your album. That's my advice. I would do it, but everyone's going to tell me something different. Marketing is so much different because I'm really more of on the creative side of things. I'm not necessarily the smartest person on the marketing side of it, so everyone's going to tell you something different. But if you're new to this, one thing I will tell you, being like trying to market, I just think trying to do a shit ton of marketing before the song comes out. I mean, like, obviously prepare for it. Like, so like if you're gonna do an interview with someone, you could do it like 3 or 2 weeks like beforehand or whatever. Like, that's not a big deal, and be like, yeah, I wanted to at least have this come out like after the song is released. I would say do a ton of shit after the song is actually out to promote it, instead of trying to promote a song that's not even out yet. So that's my advice for whatever. I would say, yeah, release 16 songs together, but I would say make sure a lot of those were already released as singles before you even get out to get the album out. So that's my advice to you. Hopefully everything works out with your career in music. Hopefully you don't play yourself.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And with all that being said, we're ending today's episode of Cancel Schweezy. Thank you for listening to this episode. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. Thank you for checking everything out. You clicked on my dumb fucking face and you made it to the end. Make sure that you follow me on social media at TheSchweezy, my music under Schweezy, twitch.tv/TheSchweezy. Connect your Amazon Prime account to give yourself a Twitch Prime. Always go check out our Patreon page where you can go ahead and basically be a good friend to me and leave us a tip and help us financially on what we do. Make sure you do all the free shit. I know we have a lot of audio listeners out there. Make sure you go check out our YouTube page, hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment, like our show, and share the highlights with your friends and family and your loved ones. But you can also, if you're on the audio platform, leave a review and give us a 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1-star rating. So stay awesome. We're going to do other things. I know I have to end this the correct way. Honk if you love butt drugs. Stay awesome. Believe it or not, Schweg isn't at home. Please leave a message at the beep. I must be out, or I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home. You just finished a full episode of Cancel Schweezy. You are now one of the smartest individuals who will ever exist in our world. If you like that episode, make sure you subscribe. Whether you're watching this show or listening to the show, make sure you subscribe. That way you get notified whenever we release full new episodes as well. And if you're on YouTube, smash that bell button. That way you get notified anytime we make a post over here on YouTube. Honk if you love butt drugs, and yeah, stay awesome.